Hello everybody, jimmyispromo here, back again with another awesome video, and in today's video we will be unboxing and going through the setup process for the OnePlus 6T. Now there's a couple different storage sizes you are able to get. You are able to get the 128 or the 256 gig internal, and there is also two sizes of RAM, which is 6 gig and 8 gig. The one that I have in front of me does have the 8 gig of RAM and also the 128 gigs internal storage with the color of midnight black. I wasn't a huge fan of that mirror black. It looks as if it would collect too much fingerprints, even though I did go out and I bought myself a EvoCheck Tech 21 case for the OnePlus 6T. Now, even though I'm a huge Samsung fan, I am actually pretty excited to check out this one here from OnePlus. Now, if you are brand new here at the channel of jimmyispromo and you own a Samsung Galaxy device and you would also like to see me do many comparisons of the OnePlus 6T versus the Samsung products, don't forget to hit on that subscribe button as well as the bell for notifications to get notified for future videos. And don't forget about that playlist tab on the very top to check out all the videos I've made so far for the Galaxy Note 9, S9, S9 Plus, and then the soon to become OnePlus 6T. Now, with this channel mostly being based around Samsung products, I will be doing a lot of different comparisons. I will be doing some battery testings, I will be doing some battery drainage, battery charging, camera comparisons, a whole bunch of other comparisons with this OnePlus 6T versus the Galaxy S9 or S9 Plus, as well as the Galaxy Note 9. So when you first open the box, you are greeted with the OnePlus 6T, and so just to do a fast look at this one, you can see that this one is that midnight black, that matte black color, which I do love this finish, and it actually feels pretty good. It's not slippery at all. Now, with the phone in my hand, my very first initial thoughts is that this one feels pretty good. It feels like a solid phone. The buttons are clickety. They're actually placed pretty well. I do have to get used to not having a fingerprint reader on the back. I am going to have to set up this in-screen fingerprint on the very front. But one of the things I am excited to also play with is the slider on the very top right-hand side, where you're able to put it as either ring, silent, or vibrate. And also, I do notice that there is a little screen protection on here, so I'm a little curious on how well this little pre-installed screen protector is. So I'm just going to leave it for now and then see if there's a better screen protection in the future. So going through the rest of the box, when you pull up the very top, you will open this up. This is where that little case is going to be. There is actually a case that is included with the purchase of the phone. This one has a lot of just this little silicone, really flexible case. I can see where it's going to give a little bit of protection, but if you are not able to buy a case that day, this will definitely get you by until you actually find one that you do like to use. And then also inside of here is going to be this little startup guide or user manual. All the information is going to be right inside of here. Also, here is this little invitational letter, so you're able to check this out, to check out a word from the OnePlus CEO, which this is actually pretty cool that you are able to open this up and read a little letter for you. Again, it kind of makes you feel special, and I like all the pull tabs that is inside of this box as well. Underneath your welcome letter is going to be a few more accessories. This one is your USB Type-C to 3.5mm head jack, so you will be losing the 3.5mm head jack on the very bottom of the phone. What is still left on the bottom of the phone is going to be USB Type-C port along with two grills or two speakers on the very bottom, so we'll see how loud this one is as well. So this right here will allow you to adapt into your little headset, which this was my first phone where I lost the 3.5mm head jack, so we'll see how much that actually affects me. Then here is going to be your cable to charge it, the normal USB on one end, and then USB Type-C, which does go into this wall plug here, the wall brick, which is actually sitting in there pretty well. So you want to pull it out pretty much straight up if you're able to, and this is supposed to give it a rapid or quick charge. So I am interested to see how long it takes to charge the OnePlus 6T from 0 all the way up to 100%. This one being a 3700 milliamp battery versus the Galaxy Note 9 at 4000. So when you first think about this one should be beating the Galaxy Note 9, but I'm gonna see by how much. First things first, before we start up this phone, I will be going inside of this little booklet here. This is actually where that SIM ejector tool is. So this way you'll be able to open up the tray, place in your SIM card, and then you'd be able to set up and go forth with the startup process. The SIM slot is going to be on the left-hand side of the phone on the very top. Once you place in your little SIM ejector tool, you are able to place this inside of there. And this one is a dual SIM. So if I would want to, I am able to place in a couple different SIM cards. I can place in maybe a T-Mobile and a Verizon, or I can change it up also. So it's really nice you're able to put in CDMA and GSM if you'd want to use two different SIM cards in the exact same phone. So if you have a work phone and a personal phone, you can actually make all of your calls and texts go into one device. With the AT&T SIM card placed in, now let's turn on the phone. And one of the first increments that my body wanted to do, or my finger, was to actually press this button on the very top right hand side. This one is the slider for your ringer, basically if you want it to be either loud, silent, or vibrate. So hi there, we are English and United States. The OnePlus terms and conditions, I will be hitting on agree. User Experience Program. Join the User Experience Program so OnePlus can continue to improve our product design and overall user experience. OnePlus promises it will never use the information for personal identification recognition. After deciding to join the plan, you can still opt out at any time. So at this moment in time, I will be hitting on no thanks. System Stability Program. Join the System Stability Program at OnePlus. Can continue to improve our products. We will not use information. Again, I'm going to hit on no for that. Push notifications. To better connect with you, OnePlus may send you surveys and product updates by push notification in order to maintain good communication with OnePlus product users. So I am going to be hitting on yes for that one. So now it's going to connect to my Wi-Fi. Copy apps and data. You're able to transfer your apps, photos, contacts, Google account, and more. You can choose which content to copy. A lot of times for me, even though I'm a huge supporter of Samsung Smart Switch and backing everything up on the cloud, I like having everything backed up. But for me personally, I'm not a huge fan of actually copying everything over. Usually if I get a new phone, I would like to start fresh. But write a comment below if this is also you. Do you actually start fresh or do you bring everything over to your phone? So I'm going to don't copy data. So now let's sign in with Google services. So I'll back up the storage, location, allow scanning. Pretty much I'm accepting all of these ones here. Use your face and fingerprint to unlock. So let's add in the face data. To use fingerprint, set a pin. So let's set up this little pin in order to use fingerprint as well as face. So far the setup for this is very similar with Samsung as well, except for at the very beginning there's a couple of those screens that's a little different, and it also will ask for a Samsung account additional to the Android or Google account. Allow Face Unlock to take pictures and record video. Okay, add face data. So I place the face right there. How to use fingerprint. When the fingerprint pattern appears at the bottom of the screen, simply press with your finger on the fingerprint identification area. To use the fingerprint function, wake and unlock your phone, authorize purchases, or to sign into apps. Note, your fingerprint may be less secure than a strong pattern or pin. Now, one of the things they are mentioning is that I don't know exactly all of the optical stuff behind the screen here on how secure this fingerprint reader is. Maybe it's still made by Synopsys, which is the same companies that Samsung and everybody else uses. But I do know that this one's really set up for convenience for the fingerprint here because it's a fast unlock, very similar to the Samsung face recognition. So a couple of things that I am noticing I'm losing here is I don't have my IP68. It means it's not certified for dustproof and water resistance, even though it might have the adhesive and the sealant around it. I'm also losing wireless charging. I'm losing my iris scanner and things like that. But stay tuned to this channel. I will actually place this phone inside of water for about a minute to see if that water sealant is okay. All I know for a fact is that OnePlus did not go through the certification process of getting the IP rating there because they did not want to add that additional $30 to the phone. So now let's set up the fingerprint for use. So fingerprint setup prompt. Please re-enter your fingerprint after each placement of the protective film to ensure the availability of the fingerprint. In a single setup process, please enter only one finger's fingerprint information. So let's just set up only one fingerprint at the same time. So aesthetically, it's actually pretty nice looking at this. And you can also see when I press my finger on it or the thumb, it actually turns up that, goes to a bright green or yellowish. Let's see, edge input. Continue to adjust the position of the finger to get the edge information of the fingerprint. Okay, so now let's go to kind of the edges, just so it kind of gets everything. So the setup process of the fingerprint on this phone is a little bit longer than the one that is on the Samsung devices. So we already have one fingerprint added, and let's just go and hit next. So you are able to add another finger right then if you wanted to, but I will skip that for now. Access your assistant with voice match. Let's hit on agree. The screen here is just wondering if you'd like to add anything else. You can add another email account, you can add another fingerprint, you can change the font size, and you can also change the wallpaper. So those are a couple of things that I'll probably do in some future videos where I would be customizing this device. So this screen here is asking you if you would like to use gestures for the screen off gestures. If you draw a V, it'll turn on or off the flashlight, so it'll toggle it on or off by drawing a V. So that'd be pretty fun to test. You also have a double tap to wake. you will also be able to use or draw a circle to open the camera. And then the music control, you can draw 2 lines with your 2 fingers here to play music, or you can draw a less than or greater than for previous or next track. So these are pretty cool to check out. It's going to be fun to play with all these features here too. You can also change your screen calibration. So if you like to kind of have that little softer RGB, you have the DCI P3, you have adaptive mode, and then the custom color. So let's just go with adaptive mode. That's something I'm a little familiar with, definitely with Samsung phones, because I always have it as adaptive display. Here it is asking you for your fonts. You can select the system font that you wish to use. So this right here is giving you an example. This is Roboto, and then this one is the OnePlus Slate. This one says it's recommended. So I'm just going to go with this one over here for recommended and hit on next. So there we have it. We have the phone unboxed, set up. I'm actually going to bring down this brightness just a little bit. And so let's actually test out the fingerprint reader. So first off, one of the things okay, that was pretty quick. All right, let's do that one more time. So one of the things, that's actually pretty quick, guys. One of the things, you know what? Hey, let me see if I can just touch it and if it unlocks. Nope, you gotta hold it just a little bit. See, that's actually still pretty quick. And one of the things I also read online is that the fingerprint reader will learn your thumb or fingers a little bit faster. So the unlock will probably go a little bit faster than this as the time goes on. Now let's head over to the slider on the very top right hand side. This is for your sound. So if you swipe it all the way up, it is going to be on silent. Middle will be vibrate, and then the bottom will be ring. Now, one of the things I do kind of wish you're able to do is when you do move it and you have that little notification there, I wish you can tap it. Other than that, you are able to hit on your volume rocker right over here. So you are able to turn it up this way. You can turn it down. This icon here is changing your media output. If you want it to be on the phone speaker, or if you are connected to a Bluetooth speaker, you're able to change it right away there. Pretty similar to what Samsung also has. On the very bottom over here, you do have a settings for everything sound. So that's also pretty nice that you don't have to do it from the very top as well. So, okay, that was... Okay, that was actually pretty quick. So check this out, guys. Super fast. It's just as fast or even faster than Samsung. It actually almost unlocks the moment I hit the power button. So check this out. So the phone is facing me. I hit the power button and there we go. It's already unlocked. So I am excited to play with the camera. We'll be doing some shootout videos. And other than that, again, write a comment below the video of what you guys would really like to see with this phone. I'm going to start actually making some comparison videos here pretty shortly. I'm going to use this as my daily driver as much as possible. And we're going to see exactly where this phone takes me. Now, one of the things I do want to mention about this phone before I cut off this video is that I don't see this as a budget phone. It's not a mid-range phone, and it's not really a flagship killer, even though it could be, but the word I really want to use is affordable flagship. Now, I want to say affordable flagship because this is a flagship phone in its own right. It just happens to be a little bit cheaper, which means it's a little bit more affordable, making it a affordable flagship. So if that does call it a flagship killer, then maybe it is. But again, a couple things I am missing with this phone is wireless charging, which I use wireless charging daily, and you don't have the certification of dustproof and water resistance. And really, other than that, I'm just going to go along, play, and look forward to some future videos. Other than that, make sure you guys hit on that like button, and also don't forget to hit on subscribe right over here on the very bottom left-hand side, the little red circle. You can subscribe that way. Share this video with your friends and family and social media sites, and other than that, I'll see you guys later.